Well, I dare say things have not improved overmuch since last I left. Nonetheless, there are new tomes enough to keep me satisfied for a little while, perhaps. What hour is it? One does wonder what the Leviates were doing in this library of theirs that required so little light. Clearly, they were not altogether keen on being seen. But by the looks of it, it appears the day has graced us once again. I wonder, which of you it will be. They do look stronger since last I graced these halls, though by how much remains to be determined. I shall be eager to see what Octavian has planned. Regardless, there is only so much progress one can reasonably hope to make in a library. Ah, yes. Gods, how long has it been? I could scarcely remember. Idle distractions. How much of our lives do we spend wasted? Sleeping, eating. That's the true horror, I'll wager. You make for a lonely breakfast.
Unfortunately.
Have you so quickly estranged yourself from your team members?
Just apparently hungrier than them.
I see. I'll take it is morning then, still. I've been somewhat
Correct.
involved in my studies. Good. Then with hope they shall not keep us waiting over long. What do you know of the day's studies? Has anything been revealed to you all?
I I know that I have to report to 8th Attack Division later, but that's about it.
Good. Then the experimentation should prove most enlightening. Eat well. I dare say you may need it.
Thank you, sir.
Do not divulge this information. Call it a reward for
Of course.
your prompt attendance.
Listies, are you looking for Aether Tech?
Yeah.
Me too. Do you know where they are?
Oh. I heard it was on the 3rd floor, so I'm gonna go there now. Good morning, Professor.
Have you seriously sewn eyebrows on your head?
I have.
Wait, is the Aethertech thing now?
Morning, Professor.
Good morning.
I think so.
Crap.
What, are you gonna bring food there? I don't.
You there, Ventus.
It should be fine, right?
Do you seek to make a mockery of me, young sir?
Not really.
I see.
You
Well,
wanted me to be more intimidating, right?
tell me, do you know what a phobia is?
A phobia?
Yes.
Isn't that when you're like scared of something?
It is, yes. Spiders, that's a good example. Any other phobias you may be aware of?
Water?
Water?
Night spaces?
Mm-hmm. Pink frog hats? With slightly perturbed expressions on that list anywhere.
Maybe. I don't know all the phobias.
What is your name, boy?
Ulysses.
Ulysses. I don't know what it is that's driving you to this absurd altercation. But I hope it's worth it. About your duties.
Thank you, Professor.
Oriana, good morning.
Good morning, Professor Kneller.
I see.
Or Mr. Kneller.
Correct. And you've remembered as well. So easily, so many people forget. Force of habit, I'm sure. Well, I will not keep you from your
Going
teams.
to remember.
It is. I wish that other people had that same mindset. Good morning.
Morning, Professor.
Instantly. I may be many things, but I still have respect for men of learning, and a professorship I did not attain. As I have revoked my former rank. Oh, come, Kneller. What's the harm in it? An idle distraction at best. But what news since my absence? Probably knew that one. 5-foot-long carrots. Warlocks, I'm sure they're thriving. The crackdown in ASICs continues. Fools. Well, it appears that even in today's day and age, they still feel the need for nonsense in the papers. Good morning. My, we are all scant on the ground this morning, aren't we? Drips and drabs making it in to start the day. If you left it any later, young one, I dare say you might get a knot in your stomach during training. Go on, be about it.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Must they force them to rely on rancid teleporters?
Good morning,
Another
Professor.
latecomer. Tell me, are there many more to come? If we waited any later, I dare say half the day will be spent.
Isn't it early, sir?
You'll find the hall quite well populated in your absence.
Oh,
Now, do go on.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shukut would be proud, Kneller. I think that's probably enough reason to give this up. I must see the preparations at the grounds. It appears that Skybox is still causing problems. Oh well, one thing at a time. Where's that? Because that's all one mesh. Who knows? Curious. But at least the gates appear to be holding well. I'm glad. Third, the inspector was brought right next to it. What would they think of us using that stolen Asixian weaponry? I dare say he would have gone blue in the face. Should really talk to the groundskeeper about the state of these paths. It's all very scenic now, but come the winter there'll be problems. I may as well hasten about it. Oh, another few out for a morning stroll. How utterly surprising. God, I need to work on that enforced occlusion script. I wish I had access to this project. This is the path they put in because people kept trying to use this as a path. Well, small changes at least. Early morning, students are milling about, going about their day awaiting instruction. Thus is the life of a professor, kind of milling around. Well, who's that I spy? Iki. Good day. Thought we'd forego
Morning,
breakfast,
Professor.
did we? Good morning. Have you taken that from the hall and headed straight
Morning.
back outside?
Oh no, Jack brought it
No,
here.
sir, it was. You should really try this, sir. It's really good.
I am quite okay.
Exactly. It's been a while. I'm glad to see you're fine, Professor.
Ah. Well, I'm glad to see you as well, Kiki. I take it that then you are the source of these unusual hats I see Ulysses wearing.
Yeah, Ulysses asked me for a hat and I made one that matches mine. But then he said people made fun of him, so I made the hat angry to match his personality.
Excellent. He also tells me that, you would be very upset with him were he to remove it. Is that true?
I mean, yeah, we put a lot of effort in it, but it's his choice to choose to wear it or not. I can always make him another hat, but he likes it.
Well, in that case, I will have to spread to him the news. He seemed insistent to the point of nearing altercation, that there should be no situation whichsoever that you would be happy with him removing the ridiculous garment. My apologies, of
I mean,
course.
it's not ridiculous. It makes him look more approachable.
Is that what we're here for, Kiki?
No, but it's nice to have a good image.
A good
Even if it's
image. A metal mask. And a frog hat.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will be able to enjoy it amply when it comes to, dressing down, so to speak, at the conclusion of his abilities. However, before that point, I must insist that both of you remove it for training. I mean, for God's sake, at least keep up some appearance of what we're doing here. Good. I'm glad that you're more amicable than he is.
I can make him another hat for training. I can always use it whenever there's no one around.
I see. What about a helmet? Or something with protective value?
I can try to make it using leather since I'm the crafting team now.
Good.
Be a good small project.
That would be a remarkable small project, and for whatever reason you may be possessed to do so, if you feel the frog or any other small animal design slipping into your head, I do encourage you to, forego your impulses. Even so, have you been given your day's activities or not?
Nope. My captain is singing about it, and I'm gonna meet him in the main building later.
I see. And so you headed back outside for what reason exactly?
Oh, I just have to show him something in my dorm, then we're going to the main building.
I see.
We were practicing reading on the board as well.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm glad that your tuition in reading is going well. Do try to eat less noisily in future, though. It's most agitating. Fair enough. Either way, I will leave you to be about it. Kiki, it will be good to have a conversation with you later, if you'll be amenable to it.
I mean, sure, Professor.
Good. In that case, I look forward to benefiting from your company. Good day, all.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
It looks like you saw the white cat.
It's in their room and I want to see it.
Miss Bellicosa. The world's on fire. Students are dying. Elements of the school still remain to be remarkably underfunded. And what do you invest our resources in, I wonder? That expansive wealth that you've taken from your dear old mother. Houses for the slaves? Very cute, I'm sure. And another one of your power plays to boot. Good lord. I dare say this song's a little extreme. I'm not making any fucking frog jokes. Where's the bloody window with it? I hate OVR Toolkit so much. This is the window. Move along. That's kind of nicer. We're going with a Frostpunk soundtrack today. I hadn't actually heard it before, but it's good things to leer around being menacing to. Apologies for the popping you're seeing on screen. The map creator who currently has control of the project has a very slow internet as a result of a recent move, so uploads and tests are proving difficult. Though she is getting a new computer soon, which means that she'll be able to bake the lighting properly. For some reason, her current rig just isn't up to snuff for it. A shame, really. But I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like properly lit. Where are you go? You know, a lot of people have something bad to say about the sort of low poly aesthetic. Snobbery, if you ask me. I think it works perfectly well with tune lighting and everything else. After all, half of us on Steam are running this shit on, well, quests, etc., mobile processors and the like. I don't think it helps anyone to be pretentious about RP lobbies. Want the thing to grow, after all. New people, new skills, new RPers, and new benefits to boot. Well, that was an event, Belle. Let's see what they have planned for today.
If we have this handheld device, which I deemed either
As I said, part of the reason that I'm milling around today...
Are you coming to the meeting?
Oh, please. I never attained my professorship. It would be a disrespect to the others. But I would enjoy attending the meeting, of course. Mr. Kneller is fine, or Frederick, of course. After you, Marquis.
Thank you, Frederick.
be able to close off small cracks in armor.
Yes, please. On the double, please. I'll do that. Alright, everybody else.
How on earth is he fucked up already?
Hope I'm not late.
No, just in time.
I'm gonna go quickly head over and grab.
Did you really take that long to set up your full body?
And here we go.
After you, Miss Bellicosa.
No.
Well, Looks like we're breaking tradition today. Thank you, Malik.
All right. Good morning, students. So, we have a couple things planned for today. The first thing we have planned is all students today will be training with Octavian in rotating classes. Now, I believe the
Good.
first class was...
Ah, those magical TXT documents. How is the volume level, incidentally?
I believe it was Umbra.
Professor... Oh, there's... Professor Octavian.
Yes, I apologize. Had a little bit of issue with my head.
Red.
I was just saying, which of the two teams you'll be taking first?
For the first two teams, it will be Umbra and Ignis.
There looks like a man who intends to get lively. Red robes on a priest.
I believe it was Terra and Lumen? I'm not sure. I will have to look at my notes from earlier. I might be wrong.
Oh, is there a reason we're picking such combinations? Just choose them at random.
So, when the first of red bell rings, Umbra and Ignis will report to the arena. While, meanwhile, the rest of you, if you like, there will be a foraging expedition with Miss Barracosa and Professor Mordred.
The Sphinx's daughter picking berries. How quaint.
School past the barrier. And so, if you wish to join that, please meet them at the gateway. Is this understood?
Oh, get on with it. I need to see them fight if I'm to continue my research.
Yes.
Where are we meeting Octavian again?
At the arena.
Oh, listening's a difficulty for the noble. Unusual. One thought they'd have picked it up around the court.
Rings for your squads, you'll be notified.
A Viking captain. Really?
You can feel free to join us as we forage and hunt while you wait for your turn.
At least 3 of you are human enough. Yeesh.
All right. Any further questions? All right. Then you are dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
My apologies for being a bit tardy.
Professor Kneller.
I'll be on my way.
Good day.
Something I wish to briefly let you know. Actually, before you leave. So, as you may or may not know, Professor Octavian here is currently leading our diplomacy division.
I did not.
I would like you to accompany him in this. You are a man of fine taste.
Diplomacy.
Yes.
Are you sure, Chancellor?
Yes, I am quite sure.
Well, in that case, of course, I would be unsuited to refuse. I look greatly forward to working with you on this matter, Octavian.
Same to you, Kneller.
Excellent. We will have to reconvene on this topic at a later time. Even so, may I inquire what it is exactly that you have planned for these students today? I'm most eager to see the progress of them over my absence.
Well, I think actions speak louder than words here. I'll move closer to you. I do believe actions speak louder than words, so if you do wish to see, you may come visit the arena at any time.
I would love to. And of course, should any defensive magics be required to spice things up a little, I would be more than happy to oblige.
I would very much like that, yes.
Very good. In that
Perhaps if
case,
the opportunity arises for it.
shall we reconvene
In that
at the
case, I'll be
arena
on.
then?
We shall. We
Indeed.
shall. I must get a move on before the students arrive there first.
I shall see you there.
See you there at some point.
Or debate topics.
Yes, of
we
course.
can field them to the students, but I would like this to be something that they themselves drive.
Come on.
Responsibility.
One of you is going to show some promise.
Just make sure to keep tabs if you need anything to get in touch with someone. Especially if it's a professor, they can contact me directly.
Yes.
But which of you is it going to be, I wonder?
Much going on today aside from those two.
Frog hat, timid girl, or the orc with invisible lat syndrome?
Yes, I don't see why you shouldn't have any signs.
Kiki, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Are you able to fly as of yet?
I don't know, having medical
Not yet, but I'm having plans on how to make it.
Hold a weapon, perhaps?
I still a student.
Well, I'm not surviving.
Oh, I already have plans for that.
Plans for
I done
that.
crafting team for that reason.
It might be a good thing.
A noble pursuit, at least.
I'm probably gonna use either my talons or try to
If
make
you're
an
after more
extension on my
parchment, I
wings.
can lend you
Kinda like
some.
a glove on top of it. So I can
Might
at least have
be,
something
yeah.
piercing or slashing.
Well, that would certainly be a
I
start.
also
Contact with
had...
my team.
I mean,
What do I
I'm
have to
still
hunt them down?
thinking. I had to
You
talk
should
to
have-
Elias about it. He's the one that makes the weapons, but
That's a smart idea.
It's your responsibility.
I
You
do want to
have-
be more, useful in combat.
It's usually
You have managed to survive for near a year at a military academy without being able to hold a weapon. How?
I saw a Geeko not too long ago.
I suppose good leadership from my captain. He makes very good formations, so I'm never in direct danger.
Or fights twice as hard to make up for you. Upsetting, Kiki. Upsetting.
He did forget about, his arrival. Well, I almost said it.
I was worried about this.
Split off in different directions.
Probably best I meet at arena.
Alright.
Zuku, if I may.
Yes, of course. You go ahead, Oriana.
I would not ask the question of Ventus itself, and of course I would be obliged if you kept this line of questioning between yourself and I. But student Kiki, the runt harpy, in your estimations, does she pull her weight? Or is she let off due to her appearance?
While I believe she might not be the best fighter, I do know that she helped a person with their healing. Don't know if you remember them, but during the latest missions 5 months ago, she managed to keep Grim in good condition.
I see. Well, at least the healing is coming along. Healing and sewing hats, it would seem. And is it true that she's unable to hold a weapon even now?
Unfortunately, that seems to be the case. I don't know if that was practiced at all myself, but
Or fly?
from what I know, no, she... No. That... I wouldn't...
And am I to understand that she is being left, of her own accord, someone without hands to join a crafting division such that she may fashion herself a weapon, rather than receiving the appropriate support from her team captain?
That is something that I also don't know about. I believe when that was spoken of, I was in the other division.
I see. Well, troubling. Ventus does seem to have a lot of problems, doesn't it? It's good to see that you at least have picked a strong crew to go with. It'll be curious seeing how you fare today.
Yeah.
I do hope it's not all muscle. Either way, Octavian awaits me.
Sadly,
I must leave.
Alright.
Good day, Zuko. Thank you for your indulgence. God, I want to fix this so bad. Everywhere I see, he's charging around. At least it's better than relying on the bloody teleporters. Ugh. Good Lord, Ventus. To think the team that inherits the name of my affinities is so weak. Out of breath before the activities have even begun. Doesn't bode well, does it?
Sorry, sir. I've been looking for my team. I forgot to set a rendezvous point. So I'm just looking for them all.
Oh. And they elected you captain.
Yes, sir. Sorry, it's my second day.
The second day and you've already fucked up. Don't do it again.
Yes, sir.
That is better.
Have you seen Eco?
He was looking for you.
Okay,
You've come to the right spot. You stay here. Stay here.
As it happens, I happened to pass Yiko charging back towards the main school grounds.
It is not a problem. I have requested him to get everyone in here and get their asses moving. All right.
I haven't seen Angel today. I think he's, doing some independent studies or something. I don't know.
Understood. That is not a problem. Shoulder to shoulder. Front face.
Well.
Now, for every second that's added to this counter for when your students arrive, a punishment will ensue. So you better hope to God that they come here as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
Squad broken before it's even made it to the battlefield. Grim tidings for Umbra.
Yes. It's not just for Umbra, but for Ignis as well.
Oh, really? I had just passed Zuko on the way. Is he supposed to be here?
Yes, in fact, both squads should be. And what I see here is 2 students.
I'm sorry, sir. It's my fault. I did not set a rendezvous point with my team before heading off to the meeting.
You were mentioned earlier that it would be at the arena.
Yes, sir. But I did not tell my squad where to meet up for me to pass on that information to them. So any punishment that befalls them, I believe I should take in their stead.
I'll keep that in mind.
Even if beasts don't kill,
Well,
takes the
looks like there's
blame.
another one.
Ah, the first of Ignis appears. Oriana, I am glad it was you.
I could go
Where
get
is the rest of
Caleb.
your
I know where
squad?
he is. Zuko and me were looking for Murtesh. Caleb is talking to Amari. I can go get him real quick. But I have no
them
clue where Zuko
immediately.
is now.
Immediately get them here.
Which one's Amari?
I'm not quite sure. Not very good with names, to be quite honest. Alright. So how many of you in your squad are here today?
Myself, Eco, and Caleb.
I shall go beckon them in.
Then why...
This soundtrack is the tits. I should play Frostpunk. This is a little bit 28 Days Later, isn't it? Maybe not super appropriate for the right now. I've just been enjoying listening to it. Well, that's a bit severe. Maybe a little bit better. He doesn't have heals, his full body's fucking up, and he hasn't play space moved down. I'll have to talk to him about it afterwards. Farrellin got VR specifically to be a part of this RP, so he's kind of new blood as it is. However, he's done a shitloads of RP stuff in other capacities in the past.
To the green teleporter, he just went to look for you. Okay.
Fucking Lord. We'll have need for that wheelbarrow by the end of today. Wheeling out the corpses that have all been taken over as Ignis fell because nobody could fucking find them.
I cannot describe. Where is your squad? Get your squad in the arena now. All of them.
Right.
Good, you found each other.
I told him to get over.
That's a great excuse.
Get them in here now. Jesus. I tell you, this is getting quite ridiculous.
Did you forget the existence of teleporters?
I believe he did.
Those things specifically put in place to make it easier for us to maneuver around the grounds and reconvene. Those difficult and tricky to put together inventions here specifically for the benefit of being able to find each other and move at speed.
No comments. No comments, just move. Well, I do apologize for this display of disobedience for the squads.
I dare say it's telling me quite enough.
Yeah, no, yes, it definitely it is. Quite frankly, my first impressions of just a tardiness is already...
Oh, look, if only they were as keen for farming as they were for martial training.
I know. And there's the rest of them as the other one disappears. Oh... My
I have
apologies.
both Murtash and Gilab. I don't know where Zuko is if he's not already here.
Your
Zuko
squad
is
captain
trying
was
to
just
find
looking
you.
for you. Alright.
I
Is there
bet
any
that-
way you can communicate with each other?
Hello. Not with him.
The captain is the only one who has been given a ring for the purposes of communication to keep channels clear. The whole system operates on them being able to find each other and establishing rendezvous, etc.
Yep, time to get it close.
If only you had like a
Yeah, I was
place
just sitting there,
dedicated to Ignis, like a
I'll make
dorm
sure
or
there.
something. Murtash at the dorm.
was in there.
Marvelous idea. That's a... Do you know what? Maybe people should stay there until people are collected. Good fucking
Yeah.
lord.
Sorry, what'd you say? I was going here? Okay.
Well, the world's doomed.
Oh yes, some fucking soldiers there.
Miss Bellicosa.
Have you got all of Umbra's?
No, Umbra, yes. We're waiting for Ignis's captain. Quite frankly, I'm a little disappointed already.
He does enjoy talking back, doesn't he? What on earth have you been teaching him?
That's all I wanted to talk to you about. Have a good day.
Me too. Well, I believe the words might have fallen flat on their ears. And I don't think she meant no disrespect.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
There he is. Ah, fantastic. Alright, Zuko, your members... No, Zuko... Yeah. All your members are inside. Follow them, shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Alright. Time to make these fucking fools miserable.
I warmed to a priest. How thoroughly unexpected. Hey, Daft. Hope work was okay, buddy.
Alright? It's not very hard to understand, or are you an idiot? Perhaps. Alright, we'll find out soon enough. In fact, I already know. I'm quite disappointed in all of you. Where were you, all of you?
Sir, if I may.
I said shut up. You were not supposed to answer the question. Quite frankly, you've already forgotten the rules that I've set in place 30 seconds ago. 30 fucking seconds ago. Alright, before we begin our class, weapons removed. Back in your dorms, you've got 1 minute. Now. No weapons.
Yes, sir, do these count?
Can it hurt someone if you throw it at them?
I haven't tried.
Yes. Fucking throw the rock away. Now keep your mouth quiet.
Why do you carry a rock?
You're given permission to speak. You have permission to speak.
Oh, okay, well, I carry it around because, it keeps me company. So, sir.
But clearly, at least, it's a more reliable comrade than the rest of your fucking team.
I do agree with this statement there. I believe it's already been a minute. We're gonna have to work on that. Quiet. You think I can't see what you're doing?
I returned to this institution and people are wearing fluffy frog hats and carrying around pet rocks. What on earth have you been doing over the last 8 months?
Alright. We'll have to see someone's back within reasonable time. Although we're still gonna have to work on the minute part I mentioned earlier. There's another one.
Caleb might have been fluxing.
Alright, we'll keep that in mind.
Oh, there he is.
We're missing your captain now.
And there he is.
Good.
Time passed differently in Kalani, does it?
Oh yes, it does. Alright, shoulder to shoulder, keep yourself as tightly squeezed as possible. What is your name?
Yiko, sir.
Why are you at Rosewood Institution?
To kill, rift beasts?
And make friends with rocks.
2 steps back. Did you forget the fucking questions I mentioned earlier? Speak!
Oh, I'm here to get stronger, sir, and fight them.
What is your name?
Oh, Kaelon, sir.
This may be
Why are you at Rosewood Institution?
one of the worst lineups of some of the most hopeless individuals
2 steps back.
I have ever had the misfortune to see.
Hello, sir. My name is Lucanus here, sir. I'm here to learn how to fight rift beasts and close rifts, sir.
2 steps back.
Hello, I'm Kneller of the Clan Eye of Soulmore. I'm here to get stronger to fight rift beasts and protect those I care about, sir.
2 steps back.
My name is Murtesh Miyoshimo, and I'm here to save the world.
2 steps back.
At least someone comprehends the enormity of the issue. Well done, Murtesh.
Any weapon that I can to fight the race of beasts.
2 steps back.
Zuku, sir, here trying to get stronger and help in battle with the race beasts.
2 steps back as well. I am very happy to hear that at least you've gotten your priorities correct. Well, I was worried for a second that maybe perhaps you just wanted to swim in pubs all day long, but you actually want to kill things. You actually want to save the world. You actually want to destroy rift beasts. I'm glad to hear that. You know, in fact, if I was to hear an ounce of anything else, you'd be doing 500 sit-ups at this very current moment. So I'm very happy to hear that. Now, as some of you may know, you're here at Rosewood again to save the world because it is at peril. Rifts have been opening, they started at Blythewood, and now Weldron Keep has fallen. Do you understand what that means? When I ask you a question, yes, sir. Okay, he's starting to understand. You respond with yes, sir, now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Louder.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Professor Octavian, if I may be so bold, would an observing captain sully your training somewhat, or shall we tell them to mind their own business and attend their duties for now?
They should be attending their duties.
In that case, I shall go forthwith.
I appreciate it. Now, the reason why
Jarl, truly commendable that you're the only person here who decided that perhaps it might benefit his team to be forewarned about what it was that was coming. However, the good Professor Octavian has requested that you come clean to the events that unfold. If I could ask you to attend your duties, though your initiative is noted and appreciated.
All right, sir.
Very well. Be about your duties.
See you later then, I suppose.
Of course. And if Professor Octavian asks, remember I bollocked you.
Aye, sir.
I wish to know personally what kind of magical weapons you wield. We'll start from the left, my left. Speak.
I wield a sword, and I am capable of also wielding great swords and learning how to wield knives, sir. I am also capable in electric-based magic.
All right, you.
Sir, I can do healing.
I'm going to be talking to him about the bateau bones, like,
I am well versed in gauntlets and
as soon as RP finishes.
Any magic at all?
Healing.
Healing. All right, you.
I am a survivalist. I have been surviving and living on my own since I was a kid. I've been foraging, hunting, gathering, whatever I needed to do to live, eating rocks, eating bark, whatever I needed. And I use a stick as a weapon, like a staff.
He just pointed to a stick that doesn't exist.
The stick you mentioned from earlier, that's it.
That's my primary weapon, sir.
Okay, interesting. You.
I am trained in the art of the hammer, sir. I don't know any magic.
You.
What has
Sir, I'm trained
Bellicosa
in
been
swordsmanship and
teaching
full
them?
skirmish tactics and electricity magic.
All right.
I use a spear, sir, and no magic.
And lastly, you, Stone Boy.
I'm trained with the spear, sir, in a defensive manner.
Anything else?
A bunch of students have crossed through the barrier.
Okay. Well, now that I have a decent or somewhat explained description of what you guys are capable of, and at least what your specialties lie in, here comes the unfortunate truth that you must understand, right? I've mentioned to you all the beginning that the first thing you'll be learning is to prepare your bodies for combat. That is why you do not have your weapons here. However, some of you obviously may not know this, because you've most likely never come across Rift Beasts again. So I'll throw this down as a question perhaps for all of you and see who can answer it. What is potentially the best weapon against Rift Beasts?
Magic, sir.
It's correct. If you have no magic, what does that do?
Nothing, sir.
I guess nothing.
Nothing. You're fucking dead on the ground. That's what you are.
One does wonder what Bellicosa has been teaching them all this time.
You're quite frankly useless. Now, of course, there are exceptions. Some potentially have physical prowess that can match, to some extent, what magic cannot. However, that is the lowest of the lowest of percentages, and quite frankly, from what I see here in this entire lot, that is not quite the case, and it never will be, quite frankly. Now, perhaps maybe you'll prove me wrong. Perhaps, my apologies, perhaps you will show me something different. Perhaps you'll show me that you are capable warriors, that you are real soldiers who are here to save the world. See, one thing I will mention that has personally piqued my interest is that most of you are not selfish at all. That's a good start. But now,
Depends who you ask.
will begin true lessons. Something you will regret for every part of your miserable days in this academy, in this institution. At some point you will enjoy it, and at some point you will unravel in it. You will become the world's mightiest weapons. Now, I want you all to look inside yourselves for a quick moment. Just 1 minute to recollect to yourself whether or not you truly want to be here. Whether or not you truly wish to aspire to become the strongest of the strongest, to protect the weak, to save this goddamn world from the rift. You have 1 minute to think it through for yourself. No speaking. If you think you're not up for the challenge, you are fucking out of here. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
1 minute. Think.
I must admit, the reason I'm here right now is because I'm curious to see what Farallon does. And I haven't seen Bringus do this character yet. But it also makes sense for my character as well. I hope people are not bored by this perspective at this time. Pointed stick is the best weapon.
Alright, we're nearing towards 45 seconds. Roughly.
A good chance to learn how long a minute is, I'd say.
Yes, I'm afraid they don't know either. Okay, just about a minute has passed. If you have made a decision that you do not want to be part of this institution, you may leave now. Oh, how splendid. I'm actually glad to see that you have some convictions. Some actual moral standards, and perhaps a little bit of courage, perhaps. Alright. You will now be learning how to fight. You will now be learning how to survive. Now, since there are 7 of you, this will be a little bit difficult, but we'll figure it out. I want you to pick 2 sparring partners from both squads, preferably not pick one of your own members. You have 30 seconds. You may speak.
Yiko.
Oriana. Oh.
Oh, let's
Rock, paper, scissors.
Arena. All right. 1, 2.
You.
Do I need to pick a second one, sir?
Shoot.
No,
Yes.
just pick 1.
1, 2, 3. Shoot.
Since you have not picked a partner, that is quite alright with me.
All right, Zuku, me and you.
I have
Who's missing the partner?
One person's going to get through.
Okay. Well.
Ah yes, the true enemy. of any role player. Basic, mathematical, and logical conundrums.
My choice was
Who's
instant,
missing the
sir.
partner?
No, sir.
Okay, who's missing the partner?
With Luca.
Sorry.
And I was missing a partner.
You?
We both chose Luca.
How can the... They can't even do basic math as well. There are 7 of you, right? 2 pairs make an even number.
Yes, sir.
So if there's 2 people missing a partner, how is that possible?
Caleb, who's your partner?
Because we...
Caleb.
Then only Oriana's missing one, sir.
Oh.
All right. Ariana, you stand by yourself right here. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly what your teachings are in combat, but well, we're gonna find out, quite frankly. All right, you've picked your partner. First one to get knocked out loses.
Oh, are they fighting to the knockout? Oh, that could be
You
entertaining.
heard me right. Begin.
I'm so sorry, Caleb.
Hand to hand only, sir.
You.
No mercy.
Hand to hand?
Excellent.
No, this
would say
seems to be a
okay.
problem.
I don't really know.
Right now?
I do want to mention that the loser would be doing 500 sit-ups.
Okay.
A chance to show off that healing, perchance, Oriana, should this all be concluded without too much blood.
Oh, yes. You.
I feel like Caleb already needs
I
to
think I
heal
did it.
himself.
We'll help them with that in a moment. You, Ariana. I want
This
you
fighting
to
hurts.
one that hasn't been chosen a number. I want you to punch that wall 500 times. As hard as you can.
What is your tracker situation, Bringus? How have you done this to yourself?
I want to see your fist bleeding.
Do we keep going?
I said until one of you is knocked out. So keep
Oh, until we're knocked out. Okay. Sorry, that was a cheap shot.
Alright.
I mean,
I really don't want to do 500 push-ups.
I'm gonna
Come on,
cast
Nico.
a amount of healing to help you stand up.
Fight! Ow! Ow! That was a low one. That was a low one. All right. All right.
Alright, get up.
Are you holding back, Murtash?
Just trying to make it, you know, a good fight.
It's just punch me toward it.
This isn't a game. I want, if you're gonna be holding back, you're going to be the one doing everything.
Yes, sir.
If you need to bleed him up to a bloody pulp, do it. I said to do it.
You think the Rift Beasts will show them mercy?
No, they won't.
They're relentless. Strike without thought or concern for their own well-being. They do not tire.
Alright, you're done. You're done for the combat.
Sorry, Nico.
They do not cease. If you can't match that, then what hope have you?
You alright?
You wanna forfeit?
End it, Murtash.
Okay.
I can't just like end it. Oh. I feel like I'm gonna kill him.
This is exactly what Professor Kneller just said a moment ago. The Rift Beast doesn't care about your feelings. If you need to take it down, you take it down. If you need to knock him out, I said you knock him out. Same goes for you, Yiko. You knock him out.
Does the lion ask for a fair fight with the rabbit?
Doesn't matter. They need to strengthen and enhance their bodies. Weapons don't... Jesus. I am witnessing some interesting
Nico, are you
movement.
okay?
What
Don't
do
hurt
we do
yourself,
now?
Nico, please.
Alright. Got some mining healing on you to get back up.
What, Murtash is built like a brick shithouse.
Keep going.
He incidentally is one of the strongest individuals on campus by stat point, so he's being completely reasonable about this.
And for you as well.
Do you enjoy suffering, Murtash? It's not seemly. Put him out of his bloody misery.
That's okay. I mean, I didn't expect.
He's refusing to do it.
That's okay.
I have to say they're both quite resilient.
But they are.
Are you done, Nico? I hurt a little bit.
Professor, perhaps you should fetch
Yes.
Oriana.
Okay.
Oh, I just spoke to her. She's not done yet.
Come on up. Are you okay?
Alright, come here. Yes, minor healing. Alright. I said for the losers to stand together, not the winners.
Everyone's soft as fuck.
Right here.
That's what we're doing. This is
You stand by your squad.
beyond pathetic.
Alright, one moment.
Right.
Just put all the big people in one team.
Hey.
Ouchie. That's okay.
Oh, the Marquis not the only one who's noticed that he was disobeying direct commands. Disappointing, Murtash. Disappointing. Yet in this episode, Umbra gets absolutely fucking bodied. I take it I'm not the only one who noticed that Murtash ignored several direct commands.
Clearly, I'm seeing quite a disparity in
Indeed.
strength. And for some, unfortunately, a little bit of a lack of resolve. We'll be working on that. Congratulations to you, Ignis. You've proved yourself to be a little bit more superior, at least in combat sense when it comes to physical brutality. But it is not quite enough. The three of you, of course, I wish you would do better. 500 squats. Now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you are done, come to me. It's for the four of you.
Oh my fucking god, guy.
But again, physical brawn will not prove everything when it comes down to actually fighting against the terror of this world. Now, I believe, from what I remember, only one of you can use magic. You can use some healing, right? Only healing. You're wanting. Okay. See, that is the thing we're looking for. You two. Do you have any, at least anything to do with magic at all? Keep going.
I never found it interesting.
It takes me back, this. It really does.
Are you going to learn magic or not?
Yes, now I am.
Okay, good. I'm on to you.
I am unable to use magic, sir.
Oh crap, I lost count.
He seems to continually say that.
Excuse me. Oh, say that again. You can't use magic.
I am unable to use magic.
Why are you here?
Save the world, sir.
Forgive me. You mentioned you want to save the world, but you have no magic.
That's correct, sir.
How do you intend on killing Riffists?
By being that percentage, sir, that you said we wouldn't be.
Well, I've yet to see that kind of potential. Quite frankly.
You will, sir.
Alright. Well, at least I'll give you the fact that you have some confidence.
Indeed, to a fault. Good Octavian. In fact, one could also observe that he ignored several direct commands to end his fight quickly with poor old Yiko over here. Confidence that breeds belligerence is not to be prided, I should say.
Yeah. And that is a good observation. What was your name again?
Murtash Miyoshimo, sir.
This is a fucking massacre.
Sir,
on earth have they been teaching them? Hunting.
We need to beat them all, though. Guys, sitting there doing all those squats, I've got to intervene. This is an RP. Oh well, looks like it's been brought about. I'm sure they really liked Murtesh talking back and causing all those problems. Either way, you're right, Chancellor. You think you're invisible, don't you? Well, what is there to be found over here? Chancellor's running. So far, then, the only one with iota of promise about them is Galeb. Has something occurred with the hunting expedition?
I am not sure, but you got the communication, correct?
I did not.
There was a communication to the radio. Apparently there are uninvited guests. Please, I do recommend you join us.
Indeed.
What key? Oh, that. I never.
There's a village here that we didn't know about. There's a village and the villagers are from there. We found them during the excursion, and I'm not sure if you knew about the academy or not, but they were testing weapons.
A village that we did not know about.
They thought that.
And the first thing they asked for is
the
weapons.
castle was abandoned.
And what do they offer?
Yes, I'm sure.
And supplies.
Weapons and
I don't
supplies.
believe that we are in the place to become a provider of weapons of war.
No.
That seems incorrect.
So they must be either desperate or incredibly foolish.
They wanted weapons to protect themselves.
Generally, one would ask for an exchange of gifts in a situation like this, no?
I believe such is custom.
I just heard
Or at least
some bit of news.
That's different.
Young Kiki. It would seem villagers are disappearing. That's why they're asking for weapons.
Well, I dare say a few more of them will be disappearing before long if they continue this affront.
I would choose to keep that discussion over here, Professor.
Of course.
Remember, we are here to help people.
Maybe the village could answer questions as to
Indeed.
why it was abandoned.
I did but hope that everybody understood that requirement.
Maybe they'll know something about Theo, perchance.
Who are their enemies?
I
Are they
don't know.
our enemies?
What have you of the situation?
I mean, it is suspicious. We didn't know there was a village
Two-armed
here.
villagers, I doubt they're
If they know about us, they can reach out.
Ah, is that all there is?
Professor,
Perhaps.
Kneller, sir.
Yes.
If you were to meet someone for the first time, and the first
Hear
thing they
correctly
ask
that
for
you've
is
not
a
heard
knife,
of a village around these parts, sir?
how do you think you would feel?
I was merely remarking that people have clearly done a particularly poor job scouting the surroundings, if this is truly unexpected. Either that or they've travelled very far indeed. Or they have a powerful sorcerer within their marks which are able to disguise them from conventional scrying methods.
Yes, I'm sure.
They mentioned that their village was somewhere in the woods, and they've been traveling
In
for a
the
while.
woods.
But
That narrows it down.
Yes, but it doesn't sound like they were out of scouting reach, so we should have seen them. Or
That
known
we
about
should.
their
People don't generally claim.
Where's Avi?
This seems
Avi was easily
altogether suspicious.
Oh, some of them are on the other side too.
Oh, definitely. There I've heard two reasons of why they arrived here now. One is that they said they wanted protection against wild beasts in the forest. Another one is that they apparently have an issue of villagers disappearing. That they are
Well, perhaps if they did not wander out into dangerous woodlands unarmed so frequently, they might fare better. Oh, well, it appears there's more than enough people holding this situation down.
I think
Do
that they
enjoy
were
our
risk
guests.
desperation if they came here without us.
I would say there's no exit solutions that way.
Ulysses.
Standing guard, they are not keeping them in place. They're keeping things
No.
from attacking.
They have it in circle.
Not one moved by the plight of villagers, I.
Not in particular.
That makes both of us. Tell me, what's your name, boy?
Cadet Volindale.
I see. Well, Cadet Val Eintel. A village or appears nearby that for some reason we have not scouted. They say it is in the woods. We have somehow been unaware of their existence prior to this point, and two of them come through unarmed, demanding weapons. Does that sound strange to you at all?
Demanding weapons from us.
Yes. Apparently their own number are going missing. Unless the administration has been very lax in their duties. What methods might one employ to conceal one's village from the outside world?
Possibilities of a aethertech barrier such as ours on a smaller scale.
Correct.
To create an illusion.
A sorcerer, perhaps. Well, perhaps the influence of the Fae or another power of some sort. I do wonder why it is they're going missing. Of course. Well, the individuals who are at our gates seem real enough, though appearances can, of course, be deceiving. Tell me. I'm curious, Val. If you had command of the grounds, what would you do in a situation such as this?
Did they seem hostile in their intent?
No.
Perhaps they are looking for protection then.
That they may be.
Perhaps. Depending on number, we are most likely more skilled than all of them. At least some of us. Probably have some of them reside in here instead of giving them weapons, at least for a temporary time. Worst comes to worst, we can always retreat back to the castle.
Indeed. Curious. Well, you haven't given me that idea. We shall see how it goes, how the situation is met out. Just a top tip, Val, for your indulgence. Not to be spread around once again. When the time comes today, show no quarter. Good day again.
Understood.
Perhaps there is a brain to be found on that one. Appear beneficent whilst seizing the initiative. 2 villages is not nearly enough to carry weaponry of any sort if we were inclined to, acquiesce to their demands. We would necessarily have to send a party with them to whatever domain and whatever threat exists over there. Such a dalliance is dangerous in the extreme. However, if we request that they were to come here for shelter, well, we'd certainly be possessed to learn something more of it.
I say that we have had the similar ideas of informing the other students.
Indeed.
I will let you lead then.
Curious. Something's not quite right.
I agree. People do not generally claim they are from a place that does not exist.
Unless it does exist and it's concealed by Fae, by Aethertech shields such as ours, or as the young Val says, or indeed by a powerful sorcerer. There have been rumors of warlocks around. I'm sure you've read the notice board. They would be drawn to an isolated island such as this, and I'm sure a native population of villagers would be an ample supply for their villagers.
But we would have seen them before.
If I may,
Students before.
hold your attention for one moment.
Yes, sir.
Villagers from an unknown village have approached the grounds, have requested weaponry. They sit now just outside of the barrier, are being met by your fellow students, and indeed professors both. They are requesting assistance of some sort. Whilst the good Chancellor decides how to deal with this surprise village encounter, do your best to remain on high alert. I don't know. Maybe set a rendezvous point or something, just in case you're required. Just an idea. About your business.
And of course, be on your best behavior. Be polite if you interact with them. No.
Alright, team member to the dorms.
Brad.
Are we inviting them within the grounds, do you know?
So can I suggest that we use the dorm as our rendezvous point?
I would assume they are. I would agree that it is most likely foolish, but I'd be very surprised if we do not.
I am concerned about sending a retinue with two unknown villagers to this mysterious apparition. It might do well to offer them shelter here.
Professors.
Of course.
I'm a little concerned of having those 2 squads, particularly having conversations with those villagers. Not very well-mannered to begin with. But perhaps they'll show something different.
You're quite
Depends on who
correct.
you're talking to. Some, being well-mannered means that you are being staffy and uptight. To a villager who has never been to a big city, then it might be a better thing that they are a little bit rough and tumble.
Perhaps. Although I have my doubts. Alright then, I will be gathering the next students for the class.
May I
Hope that
ask
doesn't
which
interfere with the work they're doing.
teams it were that you were looking to request?
I believe we were going for... was it Terra and Lumen? I'm not I'll have to double check, but I think that's what I was going for with my schedule.
The captain of Team Terra was outside the grounds. I will see if I can find him. He may be beyond the reach of the Aethertech devices. I don't know how the barrier interfaces with them. Lumen I have not seen for some time. Either way, it's best we
Yes.
not ruin the surprise. I take it they are under orders not to spread the word of your methods.
Well, perhaps maybe them speaking could let others know exactly what to expect, but I should be hoping to have my classes within a short period of time. That it wouldn't be a problem.
In that case, we best be about
to
it.
Make sure that everybody gets the authentic experience.
Of course. I'll be mentioning to the Chancellor that I'm expecting them.
Like, literally just like Kneller. He's just, be nice to them. Nope, defense, 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 defense. Is this all of Team Terror for today?
No, Ivian went up to the mess to help, I think. Yes, to escort a couple visitors.
I see. Well, Octavian will be waiting for you within the grounds. I'm sure we will be able to find others who are able to escort them away from Ivian. Training is, of course, the prime directive of this
finished
institution.
up my classes with Umbra and Ignis. Chancellor, I require having Terra and Lumen at the arena as soon as possible. Thank you.
Excellent. I will hit the event bell. Thank you.
Tell other captains as well to direct them to the arena.
Indeed. Terra and Lumen.
Okay, how about this, young pal? You finish your classes first, and once your classes are over, you should be exhausted enough to keep going. I've been having reports of people ingesting too many stamina potions in the last few days, and I just want to make sure nobody gets addicted. You know how these stuff go.
Yes, of course.
All right. Go take your classes first. I believe you guys are next, if I'm not mistaken. So
Correct. Lumen and Terra.
Anytime soon. Yes. They should be starting soon, so just get ready for it.
And where is the rest of Lumen?
Okay.
Unknown at the time, they went on the foraging mission, and I've yet to see them come back.
I shall see if I can find them. It is best not to keep Octavian waiting. Did you intimidate them with the hat? Were they quaking in their boots as you stood guard? I'm going to make his life hell. Good Professor Arcturus, have you heard tales of Lumen in your travels? Octavian requests them forthwith.
Not yet.
Intriguing. Val seemed to be under the impression that they were on a hunting expedition of sorts. Was they not with the crew who moved outside the walls?
I saw members of Lumen heading back in. And I went with Ventus.
I
And
see.
Chancellor to make sure no one was following the two.
In that case, I will see if I can find them. If you do see any of Lumen walking around, please ask them to report to the arena as soon as possible. Good day. Why am I fumbling my words all of a sudden? Fucking damn it. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I could go ghost mode. I'm going ghost mode. A moment's respite. Lumen. Lumen. Where are you? You there?
Professor Kneller, it seems you left a little too early. Lumen is in the arena.
Have you seen Lumen anywhere? A coward and a fool. Oh, fuck. I'm not supposed to be in that chat. I was just in it because I was going to tell him to ease up on giving them the squats. I was considering scrying, but I thought I'd get the view from above first. Right. I want to know which of these kids are fucking bloodthirsty. Ah, yes, the wonders of the VRCIK.
Is that clear as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Alright, I don't want your weapons in the arena at this moment. You have 1 minute to put them in your dorms and come back. Now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Professor.
Well, I dare say at least they were speedier than their predecessors.
Oh, they absolutely were, but still a little bit of spunk coming out of them. Trying to give excuses.
Well, hopefully we can
But
see an end to that.
definitely better. Oh, for sure. For sure. I'll be primarily keeping the classes similar to the previous squads to just give them the same understanding of what they're getting themselves into.
I'm curious while they're away. The situation with the randomly appearing village unexpectedly upon our periphery. Two unarmed peasants coming and claiming that people are going missing. If we are to be working together in matters of diplomacy, I would like to know where your policies lie. How would you solve this conundrum?
Well, it really depends on the individuals we see. It's too hard for me to exactly give you a proper answer just yet. But hopefully with a peaceful resolution, of course. Blood being spilt is never a good thing. Unless required. Alright, glad to see that some of you are a little faster than others.
That was guarded. What aren't you telling me?
Alright, understood.
Let's see if there's any fight in the big one. The dragons. But yet...
Seems we're missing two more.
The twin-pronged tail. Draksha.
And the other.
Brilliant.
What was his name again from Terra? Ivian?
Ivy. Yes, sir.
There's a reason he's taking quite some time.
Not one that I know of, sir.
Alright.
No sign of him nearby.
Fascinating. No, not at all. Well, what happens when a squad member goes missing? Squad captain?
I will win.
Right, so why aren't you doing that?
Destiny.
All captains, be on the lookout for Ivian. If you see him, please direct him to Davian.
Thank you, Captain.
Alright, for every second that he is late, you will be punished. Starting now. All of you. I must say, this institution has a problem with tardiness, and it doesn't happen to be just with your squads as well. Great.
I'm scrying no signs of Ivian within the kilometer.
Not even...
Did he get cold feet, did he? A coward, perhaps.
He has a history of
I see.
Alright, understood. Understood. In that case, we will suspend the potential... How should I say this? Punishment. Alright. We'll start with you. What is your name? Why are you at Rosewood?
Stella Luminant. I'm here to kill the release and to stop the things. But we can make
Alright, 2 steps back. No more needed. 2 steps back. You.
Kingsley Solital, and I'm here to help with the riffs.
Alright, 2 steps back. As for you...
Cadet Volline Till, I'm here to save the world.
Just to save the world? Alright,
It's
2 steps back.
It's the short man squad.
Andura Arapir, sir. I'm here for learning about rifts and how to close them, sir.
Oh, Fear Strikes. Thank you very kindly. Very good of you indeed.
Sorry, sir.
Thank you, Kodor Burrow, for the follow. Moustache Man Bro, Downot, Stevel99, Valentin, Rodoom, Kimber the Tiger 2 community gift subs. Very kind of you. Timulus, I believe, that was today. But I can't fucking scan on this.
Okay.
So I'll do that in a little bit. Oh yes, I can. I'm an idiot.
2 steps back. You.
Telkaras Fairmore, sir.
Oh god, I hate OVR toolkit. Timulus. Goopy.
Alright, 2 steps back. You.
Oh god. Oh, I'm fucking it. Oh god, if you could see what I'm seeing right now, it's so broken. It's so broken. I must be doing something.
Soulless Anima. I'm here to make sure kids don't have to suffer at the rift.
Hello, George. We're putting the kids through hell today. The combat professor, Octavian, is
Sorry, I'm here to learn how to close the rifts.
beating the shit out of these students in present time.
Professors, it seems to be very, very good that at least most...
He's going to ask them to pair up and knock each other out.
Rosewood. Right. At first, I was also initially concerned that you possibly were coming here for your own personal gains. But to see that you actually intend on saving this world and fighting the rift puts at least some ease in my mind. Very well, very well.
Words are easy, aren't they?
They are, yes. But perhaps you were following from the examples of your own students and your peers. Perhaps you thought that was just the right answer for the sake of saying it. You know what really matters at the end? Whether or not you live, and whether or not you're in a grave. That's what really, truly matters. Now, actions speak louder than words. Suffice to say, at the moment, I'm a little bit more impressed than the previous 2 squads. But we shall see whether or not that changes.
I expect you to win, Saurelier.
I want you all to
Val.
pick one partner. Preferably from other squads. You have 30 seconds.
And I wonder...
No quarreling, keep it simple, keep it fast. There is one person that will not have a member.
I wonder...
Decide, now.
Jackson.
Sorry, pick tail. Tomo, I guess. Oh, sorry, Captain.
Oh dear. Saurelier, you're going to have to murder your sister. Oh, I'm gonna watch the fuck out of this. It's not her. It's a real life sister, not her in-game
I
sister.
want you to move over to my left side.
Oh, and Kingsley gets to destroy fucking Smoke. No, don't flux me! Don't flux me! No, I need to see the death! Am I still alive? Am I still alive? Am I still alive? Did I time out? What's going on? Oh, Kingsley's tail wag animation's still playing. Oh, fucking hell. No! No, I need to see pain, goddammit! Could turn the music off for now. Am I alive? Am I alive? I crave death! I crave it! No! $140 FPS? Dude, I've just come back online. Like, internet fucking died. I do crave violence. I crave it in a big fucking way. I thirst for it. No! Why? I needed to see them die! God fucking damn it! I'm gonna have to fucking make that happen again. I'm just gonna, if the president's set, I'm gonna do it again. I'm so upset. I'm gonna fucking murder my ISP. Who the fuck? It's that 2 a.m. Britain fucking people watching porn, Spike. That's what's going on here. Why did I unbind? No, I'm binding back in. God fucking damn it! Oh, speed. All of it. Holy fuck, that's way too fast. Doesn't matter. Give me the fucking death. Well, that explains why Evian went down, because he's in Britain too.
I understand the need to train these students, but punishing them in this way and not allowing them to use their strengths seems pointless. It rewards only those who have brawn.
Val. Go on, Val.
Unmute it, that was a bad thing.
Remember this well, this isn't a spectacle. This is for you to learn the true realities of life. Sometimes things are unfair. Sometimes things will beat you down and they don't care about your personal feelings and where you are. See, in this case, the one who stands as the victor. In a scenario where you're fighting a rift beast, that is what you must achieve. You must be the one standing. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good. Alright, you alright? Alright, take it easy. Let me have a look at you. Alright, you may stand. Are you feeling any hard feeling on your head?
No, I'm fine.
Any concussions?
30 FPS isn't bad for a VRRP.
I'm gonna cast a little healing spell on you, just to numb the pain a little, alright? You take it easy. Alright, stand up when you can. Alright, Val, I'd like you to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. Kingsley, when you get up...
Excellent work, Val.
...towards the other students.
Yes, sir. Not on the good side, but the...
That one.
Okay.
Okay. Alright.
The Firbolgs are usually a pacifistic sort.
Combat. I'm sure some of you have had it before.
You've done a wonderful job, Val.
Now I'm gonna go and ask you all some simple questions. Starting with you. What is your main purpose of combat? What are you proficient in?
Ranged. Occasionally
Ranged.
quarters if necessary.
Any magic effluent?
Not yet.
Good. As for you,
I'm a shield. I defend. I swing an axe.
magic? Any of it?
No.
Quite disappointing. You.
I'm a melee combatant, skirmisher.
Is it really so
In
hard
terms
not
of
to
magic,
fidget?
I am proficient in use of
Sorry,
light
sir.
magic
I was
and
just
efficiency.
thrown across the entire arena. Kingsley.
Alright. As for you?
Not quite all right.
Up close and personal. I
Don't
make
care.
it stop before I stop. I've got
Stop
a
it.
fireball I can throw, and I'm working on making it into a punch.
I do remember you mentioning fire. Alright.
Do my best, sir.
How about you? What are you fluent in
I'm-
in combat?
Pure magical range, sir.
Alright. You.
I lead, heal, and defend with magic.
Melee. I'm a divine caster.
In healing or in combat?
Healing.
And lastly, you.
I use a shield and I swing a hammer.
That's it. That's all you do.
Yes. Defense, mainly.
Are you willing to learn magic?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. One thing I need to make clear for all of you.
I didn't
if you
set my
haven't
fucking
understood
voice
it
climb.
already, of course, I understand some of you have never fought Rift Beasts before, and I'm going to assume none of you have. Rift Beasts are particularly very difficult to kill. In fact, if you just swing a hammer or an axe or block with a shield, you'll do nothing. You're just a lonesome pebble on the road for them. They'll step on you, they'll kill you, they don't care. Right? Now, some people gain enough proficiency to kill Rift Beasts with particularly no magic, but that is very difficult. And quite frankly, you're not at a level at any near potency of doing that. So I need to make it clear for you that while combat is great, you must understand what it means to fight Rift Beasts at the end of the day. If you do not know anything of magic, you are useless. You are absolutely useless. Alright? Now, that's not to say that you won't be, but if you do not learn magic to fight Rift Beasts, you will be dead. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. For those of you who have lost the combat sparring, you must do 500 sit-ups, beginning now. As for the rest of you, you will be observing them, making sure they do not falter. And if they stop for even 5 seconds, you will be joining them. Observe them, starting now. Go. Oh my... Yes, go on. Get in closer.
So this will watch my captain if you wouldn't mind.
And you will not stop until I tell you to stop. Remember, life is unfair.
And I think I have what I have. The strong proved as strong as needed. The weak learned an important lesson. The reticent learnt that it hurts them to disobey commands. I should check on the others. I wouldn't be surprised if Octavian Farrellin gets talked to kind of out of game about this. However, you know, we all are making mistakes. Parolin, it is unreasonable that RP characters should be punished because of the physical fitness of those who, play them. Ah, yes, of course it is. My apologies. It's something that I need to talk
Very fair,
about.
then it's probably good.
Okay, there's number one. And we'll just make sure everything's turned back on again. Steadicam. Woo, 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 woo. So it's a lot easier to look at, and then we're gonna do my face cam. Checking that working, which it is. Oh, good. 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 Let's slow myself down a bit. Yeah, that's better. My, you've been beating the shit out of.
Yeah. Did you not see the rest of it?
Unfortunately, I didn't see the rest of the... Well, I saw your fight. I didn't see the... I fluxed out before the fucking seeing smoke get yeeted across the arena, which was fucking annoying.
I bumped my computer.
Oh, you did?
And then everything went dark. And then, so I feel like, personally, that could be grounds for Jack to be in the infirmary, but they were like, no, it's okay. You just fluxed. And I was like, alright. I guess I just fluxed.
Okay, well, we can put you in... We can put you at the infirmary if you like.
I mean, I was thinking about...
Stupid ass, dumbass.
He did definitely flux.
Flux ass.
He was just...
Yep,
it was
it's
so
happening.
weird.
It seems like the servers are struggling a little bit today.
Yeah, I'm hitting the wall all over the place. Fuck.
Once again, last chance, Jackson, did you sure you don't want to be in the infirmary? Because we can put you in there if you want.
Do you think it'd be interesting?
No, but I think
I
it'd be...
don't mind. Tell kicked me in the face.
I think Farrell did RP heal you or whatever, but we'll see. Either way, let's have a look. That's what happens when you punt a small person. I will have to commend those people who acted ferociously today. Well, they will feel terrible about it, most likely. Oh, do fucking spare me.
Can I tell myself?
Yes, only fingers level
Far. Right.
Yes, me elusive.
Good thing we didn't go for the other plans today. Not bad. Many healers struggle to focus when it's they themselves who are injured. Fucking damn it, Kaneko.
Thank you.
I got the side
Nice.
profile for
Shoulder,
like a second
shoulder,
and just how ridiculous that model is. God fucking damn it.
Now, I hope you all have learned some valuable lesson in this. You'll take your time to consider everything that has happened today.
This Frostpunk soundtrack is a fucking jam.
I'm going to give you now 1 minute. Think to yourself internally whether or not you wish to stay in this institution. You think you're weak. You think you're not worthy. You may leave. You have 1 minute to decide. Keep it to yourselves. Oh. Are you alright? Okay. Do not worry, he's fine. Give him a moment. Alright, well, I'm glad to see that at least some of your convictions are true with this institution. I must say that it at least is admirable and respectable of all of you.
You alright, boy?
We'll be keeping this class a little shorter for tonight. Next class, you are to bring your weapons to this arena. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Professor.
Yes, sir. Good. You are all dismissed. You may leave. Get out of my sight.
Hmm.
He does it. Come on. Jack, you alright?
Let's get out of here. Yeah.
You made a few good punches too.
Come on, let's get you to the third door. Come on.
Okay.
Dog. And loud. And... Oh. Okay.
Deep breaths, best be about it, come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, let's go. Let's go.
Right.
Excellent, get on your feet. Keep moving.
And Chancellor, I do want to mention, I know you may disapprove of some of my methods. It does quite seem that way just from glance. I do want you to understand that at some point they will learn and understand exactly why they're doing this. And when time comes, they'll be proven to be capable soldiers. Capable enough to save this world. This isn't a children's game. This is a war.
Nothing quite motivates a man to learn to fight quite like being punched in the face. It always hurts more than they expect it will.
Of course. I do need you to understand that I'm not holding any resentment towards them. But it is a rite of passage.
Speak for yourself.
It is a rite of passage.
I don't imagine they won't leave this holding. No small amount of resentments towards you, though.
I do not care. Whether they resent me, whether they love me, it doesn't matter. I don't care what their personal feelings are. I need them to kill Rift Beasts. That's what I need. It's quite simple.
But they still need to be able to trust you.
Of course they do. And they will. Within time.
Chancellor, if I may. The first time that one of them is able to save another, due to the harsh lessons taught here today in this arena, all will be forgiven. It is true of any boot camp, so to speak. It all seems unnecessary until you realize how very much it is.
It is a harsh lesson they're learning, but it is something they need. Without it, they're nothing.
Well, then I guess I will leave them in your expert care.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Harsh in its own way, perhaps, but not like this. But I will at least go hit the event bell and call the next group of students for you.
I appreciate it, Chancellor.
Chancellor. 3 students died on that unfortunate hunting trip. And since, the school has seen no mortalities. I wish I had had the opportunity to do this with the students, so that perhaps we may still benefit from their presence. Better that they learn here than in the death of a comrade, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I believe you might be right there.
Very good.
I understand. Then I will leave them in your care.
I'm glad we see eye to eye.
Yes, it is always an uncomfortable thing for Drozens to see how a true military is run.
You are quite right with that.
Civilization is a hard-won thing, and viciously fought for.
My goal here, with all these students in this institution, is to make them a blank canvas. A canvas that will become a killing machine. Something that doesn't falter, something that doesn't consider anything different. All I need them to understand is to kill Rift Beasts, that's all that matters. That is all. And
Yes.
will it take 5 years? Will it take less? It does not matter. I will beat it into their skulls.
I wish I could be so sure that we even have 5.
We will find out.
That we will.
I want you all facing me from this direction, shoulder to shoulder, single file line. From now on, you will not speak unless permitted to. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want you all to respond when I give you an answer or a command. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Louder.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Aqua.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Aye, sir.
Good.
Is this all of your number? My apologies.
We are missing 2, sir. They should be on there.
Understood. I believe we're also missing Team Ventus.
That we are. Not to the Marquis's tastes.
Ah, there you are. That took you a fucking time.
Those warnings we filled out is mishap with Murkish.
Oh, yeah, blinding room is good for you. I bet if he's a code that he's gonna die. On these falls.
Mostly him. Yes, mostly him hitting Professor Goldberg. That was good karma. That was really good karma right there.
I suggest you make your way into the arena.
Away.
Hmm?
Perhaps it's best if they wait for their team captain.
Oh, I'm not so sure. Octavian seems to be on the warpath today.
That's his prerogative.
Oh, there they are, at least two.
Yes, but it affects theirs.
Students?
I just wanted fed and gave water to the visitors, and we put them in the guest rooms. We made a Madari.
Can you fight, Kiki?
Well, but we think someone else should also keep a watch.
Is there a reason they're standing here?
Octavian, if I may.
I don't know.
Yes, of course.
The young Kiki,
of course,
has been unable to pick up a weapon all this time. She has had to go to the crafting division herself in order to try and fashion her something that she may be able to use, as perhaps claws or something else. She has been surviving all this time on account of her captain, or so I hear. If the captain does so intend to carry this runt harpy all this time, I think it's only fair that they continue as normal. And Kiki is excused from the combat, and the captain has to fight two of them. I think it's about time she realized the impact she was having on the team.
I agree with you. That is quite a burden to carry, and I appreciate that information. I agree with that suggestion.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There. All right, let me double check and make sure that everyone is in the arena.
I believe they're waiting for their captain, who is already in the grounds.
So I do need to speak to Ventus real quick. If I can.
Hello, Professor Octavian.
I need you to get in with the rest of your squad. Now.
Okay. Okay.
Quick.
Hello, Professor Kneller.
Good day, Harvey.
I'll be delaying them a few seconds, Professor Octavian. There's something I need to discuss with them.
All right. Please keep it brief.
Be very brief. No. Something has come to my attention.
Sewing hurts, Kiki. You can't be. Feeding people, giving them water, acting cute. It's gonna get you killed. Rift beasts don't understand cute.
Follows that rule as well. Good. The rest of your team members will be here shortly, Ventus. They're being held by Professor Caldwell at the moment. Once they arrive, we shall begin the lesson. Yes.
So, just as an abbreviation of what was mentioned, just don't speak unless spoken to?
That is correct.
Okay, just making sure. Glad.
They'll be along shortly, Professor.
Thank you. I want the rest of Ventus to be standing shoulder to shoulder with Aqua.
Sorry for the delay.
Good Marquis, it is unbecoming for one of your station to be staying overlong within the sunshine, standing. Do allow me to, ease your burden somewhat. Perhaps... yes. That should do.
Quite a formidable amount of you here today. We've already gotten through 4 squads, and let's just say that,
Yes.
they've made me think quite a bit of this institution, and I'm hoping that you will all prove me wrong in some aspects. Now, I believe some of you were tardy, but with a reasonable excuse, so I will keep that in mind. Welcome to Combat's class, specifically against Rift Beasts. What that means is you are fighting off against the greatest terror this world has produced. What that means is, you'll be fighting for the rest of your lives in order to make sure that this world stays the way it is, in a peaceful prosperity, peaceful paradise. Right now, that is, quite frankly, not what it is. You are all here for a purpose. You all came here to learn. And today, we will be deciding whether or not you're worthy of staying here. We will start quite simple. You, what is your name? Why are you at Rosewood?
Lethariel Demoria, sir. I want to cure the devouring, sir.
That's it? Just cure it.
Yes, sir.
Nothing else.
Help is...
Why are you stuttering? Speak up.
Help in any way I can, sir, but that is what means the most.
No buts. Speak up and state your mind clearly.
That is what means the most to me, sir.
2 steps back. You.
Pathetic.
I've done. I've come to grant people their childhood that we have been robbed of. There has
How
been...
do you do that? What are you willing to do?
I'm willing to put everything I have into this, so that I may be able to fight these rift beasts off. Anything and
2
everything.
steps back. Move on. You.
Jarl Vanneral, sir. And here to fight. Save our world, sir.
2 steps back. Next.
Brown Presidium, I'm here to learn and fight for a better future, sir.
2 steps back. You.
Mari Tarasha, sir, I'm here to make sure that no one ends up like we have, that we all have a better future no matter what it takes.
2 steps back. Next.
Gilligan Crest, kill rift beast, close the rifts, stop the devouring.
Next. 2 steps back.
Tell Mustafa, crush enemies, and make sure that people have hope.
What enemies?
The rift beasts, anything that stands in the way of the people that I care about.
2 steps back. You.
You keep me slave. I'm here to help take the devouring down and kill the rift beast.
Can't hear you.
The rift beast, sir. I'm here to...
To what? To give them cuddles? Or what?
It's about fucking time.
Kill them.
2 steps back. You.
Kiki Nightingale. I'm here to improve myself and fight against the beast.
2 steps back. Next.
Glad you're enjoying yourself here.
And kill the beasts and rifts that brought it.
2 steps back. You.
Emma Keepan, I'm here to fight against what plagues this world.
2 steps back. And lastly.
You want to see it go. I'm here to better myself and rid the world of the rift beasts that plague it.
Good. 2 steps back.
Could have fooled me.
I am very happy to announce that at least all the students in this institution understand why they're here. They're here to kill the rift beast. They're not here for their own personal pleasures. This is not a game. So I'm very happy to hear that. Quite frankly, if you gave me any other answer, you'd be on the floor right now. Very good. Very good. Now, before we move on to the next stage, I need to understand one thing through you all. And before we do that, all of your weapons out of my sight, in your rooms, in your dorms. Back here in 1 minute, now. Go! What are you waiting for?
Yes, sir.
Don't think they can see this table.
Weapon, you stay.
Shit. Don't know why that's not working.
Oh shit.
Perfect. Perfect.
Sorry?
What?
I'm just admiring your interrogation.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Hey, you ever heard of the thought of not fucking talking around this class? That I made that point clear. Shut up, both of you.
Between yourself and I worry for the fragility of Ventus. They've got through thus far through familial affairs. They are but a single wound away from breaking.
Their strengths lie elsewhere, and we may never see their potential if they should be broken.
Tell me, have you ever walked through northern Drosa?
No, I don't make a habit of it.
It's cold, fiercely so. We go to training expeditions there and every so often. There's something about that all-encompassing dark and ice that makes you focus on what really matters. It's not pleasant, but it can help a lot.
Are we missing anyone? Doesn't seem to be that way.
Good. You arrived at a reasonable time.
I'm happy to say that at least you all have... Never mind. Now, I will mention it again because some of you may have not heard, and some of you have already broken the rule, but you will not speak unless given permission to speak. Is that clear?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you respond with yes, sir. Again, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Once more, I can't hear you one more time.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Good. Now, we'll get on to the most important part of why you're here. And I've mentioned it again. You're here to fight rift beasts. Now, would someone care to enlighten me as to what rift beasts are more potently weak to?
I do wonder how many times I will be hearing him say this before it sinks in.
So, what does that mean? You must use magic. If you do not learn magic, you are useless in this institution. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, starting with you. What is your main combat proficiency? What are you good at fighting with?
My fist, sir, and weapon.
That's it?
That is it.
Are you going to learn magic or not?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. It's not a perhaps, it's either yes or no. Now you respond to me now very clearly. Very clearly. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. You.
Shields and weighted weapons, sir.
That's it? No magic as well?
No, but I do plan on learning it.
Good. You.
Swords, sir. And magic when I can.
You.
I focus only on divine healing, but I'm planning to learn how to use magic to go on offense as well.
Next.
I have the ice swords, magic, and shield.
You.
Shield, heavy polearm, and chaotic magic.
Well done, Gil.
Next.
Spear, Tonfa's daggers, as well as a crossbow, and I'm planning to learn magic, sir.
Good. Next.
Spears, divine magic, and ice magic.
Next.
One arrow, divine magic. I recently acquired a book to learn more about all the elements, sir.
Good.
Swords and short blades, sir. I am intending to learn magic.
There he is. Stop occluding your fucking collider.
Oh,
Your hit tracker.
And some axes. as well as divine healing, and I project my divine shields through those foci.
And you?
At current, sir, I'm a medic, but intend to learn more magic, sir.
All right. Now that we've made our intentions clear with what we intend on learning, I want you all, actually 1 minute, before we go on with that, what was your name?
Mine?
Kiki?
Yes, Kiki Nightingale.
You're to stay with your captain from now on. You'll understand your purpose soon. The next portion of this class...
Behind him? I'm sorry.
Yes, go behind him.
Stay in place.
Go behind him. The two of you, the captain and Kiki, you both will be acting as one person. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. Next, you'll be picking, all of you, one partner each. As for you, two. You have 30 seconds to decide. No groveling, keep it simple.
Person on the other side of me. Amari.
Okay.
Joe.
Sure, sounds good.
Yuki.
Mari wants to prove herself, and she's a coward. It's always curious seeing how people pick when they don't know what they're volunteering for.
They don't. Has everyone picked their own partner?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good. I want both of you to split up in two groups. One partner on the one side, the other on the other. Left and right. All right. So split away from your partners.
Should at least own up to my menace.
So, since the two of you together, you're facing... Who are you facing? Who's your partner?
Amari. And then Yuki.
Okay. Yuki can go with Amari. You two stay together on this side. So the reason why I separated you all is because you will be learning what it means to fight with your body first.
Ice affinities. Don't disappoint me.
Your own body to kill. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Destroys your weapon.
And yet,
When you're facing a rift beast one-on-one without anything in your arm or any magic to use, you'll quite frankly be dead on the ground. Now, we'll start off with a very simple thing to do. The partners that you have chosen, you will be fighting off against each other, bare fists, no magic allowed. Now, as for you, Kiki is not allowed to fight. You must face both of them at the same time. Moving on forward, I want you to all understand that you are not to pull your punches. Until your opponent is knocked out, you will not stop. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Question, sir.
Good. You had a question.
Yes. Are we allowed to fight until surrender, sir, or is it knockout only?
Knockout. I don't want any excuses. Will the Rift Beast tell you, oh, I surrender? No, you must
No, sir.
murder it. Good.
this is what it means, Kiki.
You may begin now.
You understand why this is happening, don't you?
Just make it hurt.
Kicks from your eyes.
It's just like any
Right in the knee. Smash in the back of the head. Grabs him and shoves him down.
Do not stop.
Smacks him there.
It is not enough to be cute and make silly frog hats for people. This is what you're here to learn.
Gonna cast a minor healing spell on you. Slowly take your time with
Is he unconscious?
I understand.
Alright, give him about a minute or two and he'll be back. Alright, make sure he's fine.
Sorry.
It's a lot of training.
Why is it taking so long?
Sorry.
I said to not pull your punches. Alright.
Won't let this happen
You're gonna
again.
be fine, alright? Take it easy. Cast some minor healing on you to get up slowly. You'll be fine.
Speak to me later.
Take it easy. Alright. Take it nice and slow. Give him about a minute and he'll get up. Alright. Are you both injured here? Are you doing alright?
Fine.
Okay. Alright, you take it nice and slow. Gonna cast some minor healing on you. Numb the pain. Take some time to just get up. The same goes for you, alright? Casting some minor healing.
Sorry.
We're missing 2 more people. Alright. Gonna cast some minor healing on you. It'll take some time, but they'll get up in about a minute.
I hear great
Nice and slow. Take it very
things
nice and slow.
about young Taulani.
Alright, let me have a look at you.
He's made the decision for a long time now that a good man would.
Take a little bit of time to get up. You'll be fine. Gonna numb the pain a
But he shouldn't have to.
Give him about 30 seconds and you'll be up.
Okay. My brother. Although he goes for the throat. Oh, that's what that is.
I may have got a little bit carried away. I'm sorry.
Once you have stood up, I want you to face me again line for line. The losers on the left, the winners on the right.
It's okay. I win a lot.
If you have won, I want you to be on my right. Who has fallen on my left.
Right?
Chancellor, a student has passed out in the med bay. They wish your attention. They are having a pulse.
One
Following you, Captain.
reactiveness could use a little work.
All right.
That was one of the winners. Would I go again?
Right. Sorry? Did you win or lose?
I won.
You won. Over there.
Small surprise that is.
I want you all to get a little closer. Still in the same line. All right. For those who have lost, let this be a valuable lesson to you. Life is unfair. Rift Beasts do not care if you're on your own or if you have friends. They do not care if you have a weapon, do not care if you have magic on you. You must learn what it means to survive and to thrive in this world. Losers must do 500 squats now. As for the rest of you who have won, you must observe. Observe them individually, and if they even falter for a second, you will all be joining them as well.
Let's go.
Keep a close eye on them.
Wings out in
Get
front of
on
you.
with it.
It'll make it a little bit more balanced.
You both must squat.
We're already on it.
Move in closer. Make sure they're not, even for a second, counting something that is wrong. They're not miscounting, and make sure they do not stop for 5 seconds.
Sorry, Leon.
Professor.
I regret to say that I didn't see your fight. Did you win?
Yes, sir.
Who was your opponent?
Sarvera.
I often see you, or saw you at least, with Severa. Close friend of yours?
Yes, sir.
Did you show her mercy, Sorona?
No, sir.
And why not?
It wouldn't have been doing her any favors if I had.
You're a promising student, Sorona. Accidental jump. See, playing a professor is kind of a little bit bitty. You're not like in it all the time like you are with someone like Bernie or whatever else. The focus isn't always on you. But every now and then, you get to have some properly fucking cool scenes. Filing their taxes. God, heavens portend! Good Lord, no. Could you imagine? This is an institution, we're not barbarians! Got to claim your entire internet bill as a work expense. Man, I've done that recently. It feels fucking tight. Working from home fucking rocks. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but every now and then. Not only are you saving 2 hours of your life commuting every single fucking day, but you get these little claims on business expenses as well. And that's a good feeling. I know a lot of people are memeing on Zuckerberg and Meta right now, but I really do hope that we're moving towards a future whereby more people can have the advantage of their family and free time. It isn't right that we live in a world where people have kids and then spend most of their working hours away from them. I want people at home where they can make memories, have pets, be comfortable and happy. A lot of people meme on meta stuff, and maybe as a VR up here with a shitload of expensive fucking VR equipment, it doesn't take you by any surprise. But I believe in it. Don't know what it's going to look like, but I believe in it. But that's an aside for now. I think I'll ghost up for a bit. See who there is to be found.
Do you see?
Now I see. Oh, it's Professor Kneller. Hello, Professor Kneller. Hello, Professor Caldwell.
Good
You
afternoon.
scared me. I thought it was a ghost.
Don't be ridiculous. Gelib,
Hello.
I must commend you. Attacking with
what do I do?
savagery and following orders is a difficult thing to do. You and your orc brethren jumped into it far faster than anyone else, but you against an opponent far, far smaller than yourself.
Oh yeah, no, I feel bad about it.
Yes. But I want you to know you did the right thing.
Thank you, Professor. Appreciate it.
There's going to be a lot of hurt feelings today. On one side or another. Survivor guilt is a terrible thing. There can only ever be one victor in the end, it seems. Do be honest about it with your colleagues. I just wanted to drop by and... well, whatever. Have a pleasant day, young orc.
Whatever. Same to you, good human.
Confound these teleporters.
Around your skin. That was happening.
Yeah.
A rough day to be a Viking, it would seem.
What's that?
A rough day to be a Viking, it would seem. How are you both holding up?
I'm fine.
Who was your opponent? They seem to have done quite the number.
Telcross?
Ah. Both of you matched with Drozen Dragonkin. Known for their particularly vicious kicks. I dare say you did draw the short straw, didn't you? Both. Do you hold it against them?
Not me, sir. It was part of the lesson. My tactics could have been improved. I have a sense of that now.
How do you intend, Captain, to make up for the fact that you are a shorter team in stature?
Well, you know, every
It's getting easier.
tool has its use, I suppose. My belief was that focusing terror in the more reconnaissance, sabotage, stealth-esque
I see.
part would be preferable. Perhaps maybe
That's very disappointing, Captain. I asked you how you were going to make up for it in the field of battle, in fights. The answer surely isn't just avoiding them altogether, and for light skirmishes, is it? Is that all there is to Viking? When it comes to fighting, there's just no chance. They're better off being tools with other uses.
Well, I see no reason to waste resources attacking strong points if you can spot the weak points.
Yes. Something to think about. I would like to have conversations with you in the coming days to address your team composition. In fact, I plan to do so for all of the captains. I would like to analyze what your strengths and weaknesses are and come up with plans to see if we can afford them. Unfortunately, though, Mr. Octavian is perhaps quite blunt with the topic. The Rift Beasts do not care which theatre of battle it is you would prefer. Either way, I'm glad to see you both upright. Apologies for taking your time. I will intrude upon your day no longer. All the best. Good day, Ivan.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Professor.
Inside that racism, fantasy racism. Are your companions really so boring, so utterly uncorrigible, that you must make companions of a rock rather than your fellow team members?
Well, I mean, I could count them as my fellow team members as well.
Could you?
I mean, technically.
Technically.
Maybe not officially.
No, Iko. Your clothes are not your combat companions, neither are your belt, and neither are your pet rocks.
Like, what about my clothes?
Oh, good lord. Do we struggle with core concepts of conversation, or could you just not hear me?
Well, you said my clothes in the rock. I mean, my rock's a pretty good companion. I don't know what my clothes have to do with it.
I'm saying that you cannot depend upon rocks in a moment of military importance, the same way that one could your team members. Why do you burden yourself with these things? Are you looking to learn, perhaps, geomantic magics?
Well, my fingers can use magic. I mean, really, all I have to do is kind of pick up my rock and...
So they're surrogate weapons, is it? That's all it is. Which is rather funny, because earlier I was fairly sure you were asking Octavian as to whether or not they counted as such. Nico? What is the deal with the pet rocks?
I like talking to them.
You like talking to
Sometimes
them?
I'll be like walking along them.
Do they talk back?
Yeah. Of course they do.
The rocks talk back to you. And what do they say, these companions of yours?
Well, let me ask. So, what do you think of Professor Kneller? They say you're very tall.
Inspiring. Who is the team member that you are closest to, Nico, would you say?
That would be Calum, sir.
Does Calum talk to your rocks as well?
Yeah.
He does. So if I were to ask him, he would say he's had very many lengthy conversations with your Beltborn companions.
Yeah, we went on a mission together with them.
Abound in blood, I am sure. I have heard, rumors about the Staff Lounge that you've been up to some interesting activities recently. And as much as I hate to chide anyone for poking a bit of fun at Bellicosa, it does make me rather concerned for your mental well-being.
Wait, are you talking about the whole thing? That won't happen again if that's what you're
I'm
implying.
talking about the time she attempted to grill you.
Yes, that won't happen. Like that.
So you're trying to be belligerent to me. You were belligerent to Miss Bellicosa. You were belligerent to Octavian, a man who has no history with you whatsoever and means only the best despite the occurrences. Yuko, are your parents still alive?
My mother. Only my mother.
Any other family at all?
No. They were killed by the rifts.
How did that feel?
How do you think it felt?
So,
That's why I'm here.
you're here at an institution where you have an opportunity to stop anyone from going through what you went through, to get vengeance for Daddy. And you decide to act belligerent, walk around with insane pet rocks, and challenge one of the most powerful sorceresses on campus. Yuko, what is your plan?
My plan? To avenge my family.
To avenge your family. And really,
By getting stronger.
talking back to me, to Octavian, to Bellicosa, that's making you stronger, is it?
Well, you seem to think so, Professor.
No.
Otherwise, why would you be standing here talking to me like this?
Because, Yuko. Because, much like your father, I want to make sure that none of you students end up dead again. So when I see students flying in the face of our best intentions, maybe consider how that feels to other people, to your teammates when you're gone. To anyone who cared about you. To your mother. I need you to focus. Really? You think it's some great degree of intuition, do you, Yuko? You think it's going to be some sort of incredible, outwards, strange phenomenon that your mother would be adversely affected by you meeting an untimely grave? Do you think she would be swinging from the trees in happiness when she learned that you've been devoured by a rift beast because you couldn't follow basic fucking instructions or pay attention in class? We're trying to keep you alive, Yuko. The least we can do is to ask you. The least you can do for us is to try and take it slightly seriously.
You have a funny way of showing seriously, Professor.
You want to spite me, Yuko? Grow old
No, sir.
and watch me die. I'll be seeing you around. Ooh, thank you for following Never Trust Dolphins. What did the dolphins do? So long, and thanks for all the fish. They abandoned us, you're right.
See if I can find something that would be a better fit for her. But if you would like to showcase your abilities first, that would be most helpful.
Bella Cursa.
Yeah.
Avi. Good day.
Hey, Professor.
How are you both faring?
Both doing good. We were just having a conversation about unrelated, like, life stuff, and then somebody left some weapons, so we were cleaning them up, and then we were just perusing the collection.
Very good of you. That was Ventus earlier. I'll have to speak to them about not cleaning up.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations
Anyway,
both on your victories.
Oh, I mean, like in the training thing.
Yes.
Where we punched.
Sudden, isn't it?
You know, it was. The clouds, man.
Yeah.
I won my fight against Eco, and yeah, it was cool, but I don't know. I still feel kind of bad about it. I don't know what the word is, right?
Yeah, I know. I just had similar conversations with Galeb, your team member. He was having similar guilt. And what of you yourself? I don't know the name.
Gilligan, sir.
Gilligan.
Don't really seem as much as a victory.
No?
Mm.
Why would
I
that
get
be?
what you're trying to teach. but
Do you?
turning a weapon or even willingly trying to knock out a team member just doesn't fit right with me.
Does it not? Where are you from,
It's a
Gilligan?
beast. I'll fight till it kills me, or I kill it. But I'd rather not have to hurt my team in the process.
Where are you from, Gilligan?
Droza.
Droza? Then I thought you'd be accustomed to such rituals. It's one of the few things that Asixian and Drozen military programming have in common.
Sparring is one thing, but nothing to that extent.
Such is the wonders of realism afforded by magics. Tell me, has Sorelia spoken to you at all?
Yes, we've talked.
There was an initiative, I believe, to bring a bit of Droza to the Dragonkin on campus. Make something a little bit closer to home and all that. Will that be a worthy victory for you, or a hollow one as well?
A hollow one.
For the same reasons.
Still me fighting a team member without their tent besides training.
Interesting. What do you think of tradition, Gilligan?
Well, I'm here, so obviously it's not at the forefront of my mind.
But in general, do you think it's sensible? A bit stuffy? Based in old ideas and rigid, that sort of thing? I wouldn't blame you if you did.
I don't think I'm one for tradition, then. My tribe spend most of the time avoiding other races and other tribes, but since coming here and actually meeting other races, they're not so different from everyone else.
Gilligan, how old are you?
21.
Do you want to know something really scary?
Why not?
There is a time, and it may happen tomorrow, may happen in 5 years' time, but it happens to everyone. You absolutely hate it. We realized Dad was right. The tribes of Droza have stood independently, despite the best efforts of Feverin and Asixians alike. For hundreds of years. Even now, whilst in Asix, towers fall, Vrelden Keep, anywhere else, is falling to rift beasts left, right, and center while it encroaches on their walls. Tribes such as your own stand strong, living as they ever did, moving across the plains, adapting, evolving, growing strong.
Doesn't matter how strong you'd grow if the rest of the world burns away, leaving just you. That's just surviving.
That is surviving. And it's a tradition that has kept Drozen independent for hundreds of years. It's keeping people like your family, or those like it, alive, even now. You could see it within the school itself. Val, for instance, isn't troubled by the same things. There are students about the place who have learned what it means to be weak. By going strongly, with ferocity into our training combat, We show our opponents that we respect them. We tell them, through our suffering, that we want for them to survive. You may not have faced a Rift Beast before, but I have, same as many others. It's not a pleasant thing. Fighting never is. And I know where your mind is likely going. This was no contest of arms. This was simply a brutal beating of the strong versus the weak. But it's not people's true power. Not what they truly have to offer. So what's the point, right? There's a graveyard there, with 3 kids in it. Ones that they never got to teach or grow old. As a result of that, no one has died since. Were their deaths pointless? Was that senseless brutality and murder? The pitting of the weak against the strong for no reason other than vain glory? Or petty positioning? It's coming, Gilligan. Dad was right. Not about all things, but about more than you want to admit. I apologize for taking up your time. Good day, all. Miss Bellacosa, I apologize.
Good day, sir.
Wait. Kneller,
Yes?
just stop when you're spoken to. I hear you needed an audience with Kiki.
I did. Thank you for bringing her to me.
Return her to me when you're done.
And where shall I find you?
Thank you, Professor. I'll be around. Perhaps near the arena.
Of course. Is there anywhere around the school grounds you like to walk, Kiki?
The dog.
Then let's go there, shall we? I'll follow you.
Yes.
Pleasant enough. I imagine the sand makes for a pleasant change. In fact, do you know what? Perhaps I'll humor myself. Just a little bit. Are you angry with Octavian?
No. I cannot be angry at him.
Are you angry with me?
No.
I told him to do it, Kiki.
I guessed, Professor.
Good.
He was very specific.
Tell me, Kiki. Do you think I am unaware? Do you think that I think that you're unaware that you've been a hindrance to your team? That the fear is there? Do you think that you needed to learn that you were a burden?
No. I already knew, Professor.
Why do you think I did it? Hmm?
You expecting me to fight back?
No. I didn't. I expected you to do exactly what you were told. And to not protest. Like a good student. Where I grew up in Palvindor, there's a tradition of sorts. Fourth son in any household, noble or poor, they are to be trained in the military. I was the fourth son. And whilst my brothers enjoyed learning my father's trade, I was instead wheeled out of town to an old captain, drunkard, by the name of Captain Shukut. He was a bastard. I wasn't large for my age. And despite my current height, I'm still not that brawny even now. The other kids beat the shit out of me. I was near hopeless with a blade. Couldn't match them in speed or pace. Couldn't do anything. And then, one day, everything got worse. One day, after training, in a fit of drunken rage, Shukut made a decision, an effort to harden me up. I was 9 years old. The closest in my class at that time was 14. He took me down to the prison, where there was a young Fevrin. Brown hair, cut under his left eye, stank of shit. He had been arrested on counts of piracy. Maintaining your rank after you leave the military is a terrible thing. That's why I don't reclaim my rank myself. But in Palvindor, such things still stand. In his drunken stupor, he led me into the prison. Put me in front of the man, gave me a pistol, and told me to execute him. I'd never fired a gun before. It was loud, particularly in that dark cell. After that, whispers spread of young Freddie Kneller, the monster. The kid who'd murdered a Fevrin before trial, without a moment's hesitation. That gun changed me. All of a sudden, it wasn't about brawn or brute strength. All of a sudden, it wasn't about how good I was with a sword, or how large and bristling my muscles were, or how thick my moustache was in later years. It wasn't about my family. It wasn't about anything else. It was about winning. I started poisoning my colleagues. Little bits at first, with recipes that I learned from local alchemists. I fed them rat poison so they'd be too weak to fight back. I developed spells and used them whenever I shouldn't because I knew it would bring me closer to my goal. I didn't get strong in the way that people wanted me to. I'd break my lance, hide things in my hands, throw dirt in their eyes, make sure they couldn't sleep by laying little bits of dead rodents I'd caught outside their houses to draw all of the predators nearby, making terrible noises outside of their bedrooms at night. Eventually, Shukar had to get rid of me. I was discharged, finally out of Palvindor. No longer the little wrong boy. Now, something else. You need to understand that if you are to survive, it doesn't involve being nice. I don't like that I turned out this way. I didn't get a childhood as much as you didn't from the rifts. It was taken from me just as cruelly. And now, the Chancellor expects me to be on the diplomatic division, playing buddy-buddy with those generals from A6 which I so despise. But I'm going to do it. Because I have a goal in mind. A means to justify the ends. What do you want, Kiki?
I want people to stop looking down on me.
We can do that, Kiki.
And to finally be useful.
We're going to make you useful.
Prove to them that I'm not the little kid to be protected. I'm tired of people getting hurt because of my incompetence.
Good. Then I won't feel sorry for you. If you like, I can teach you a little of what I know. The things the other students might look down on. But it won't be easy.
Yes, sir. I want to, sir.
Good. And for what it's worth, I'm not sorry. But it's not nice.
You shouldn't be. care about the pride. I want to be stronger. And I won't hate you for it, sir.
Good. Let's return you to Miss Bellicosa. I'm sure she wants to protect her favored child.
Sorry, I'm on duty.
I am under instructions to return this one to Miss Bellicosa. You may, of course, accompany me if needs be. It looks like she's not far. For me, sorry?
For Kiki.
I see.
Find Professor Kneller.
They were not before you got back. I'd like to talk to you as well, Professor.
Lesson la cosa
Thank you. We're not sure where the others are. How much is it?
I'll make sure it does.
I'm sure you'll have every success with Harvey.
Miss Bellicosa. Your charge is requested.
Thank you.
Very good. God damn it. We live for today. So that men such as we need not exist. Pretentious fools. What was that? Oh. Appears my left controller has been neglecting charge. Do a quick time check. Of course, we started rather late. 3:32? That's close to session end.
That's
is
best take care
fair.
of yourself.
Of course.
All right.
You know,
Oh.
He's okay.
Seems to be. What's going on over there?
I think they're both at the training grounds.
Okay, I'll run there.
Is this really what you want for them? You wicked fool.